Hey everyone, welcome back to another beer review on Cheer Beers. I just got done torching a soccer game, and then I decided to go for a run. It's getting pretty cold in Ohio, probably down in the 60s or 50s by now tonight. So I went for a run. You know, when I come back for a run, I just want something light, and so I decided to go with Busch Light from Anheuser-Busch. Has the cold indicator on there. It's pretty much gone now, but it was looking pretty cold when I poured it. Which I like these colds, so sometimes it's actually kind of nice to have that, even though it's pretty much a gimmick. But it tells you how cold it is. I threw it in the freezer for a little bit to get it colder. And this beer is just kind of a cheaper alternative to your Bud Light. I think that, you know, Bud Light or Budweiser, any of those beers, it's a cheaper alternative. I think this runs about $14 to $15 for a 30-pack. And, you know, Bud Light's going to run you about $18, I think, for a 24-pack. So this is the cheaper alternative. Let's see if Busch Light can hold up to the big boys of light beers. I don't have to do a lot of talking about the color of these beers. It's yellow and it's bubbly. That's pretty much all you need to know. So let's get into the smell. This one is not too off-putting. It's grainy, just like all the other ones. These really have that same distinct smell in all of these beers, even the other, you know, even the beers made by the other companies, the Millers, the Coors, the Molson, all that, they have the same distinct smell, and it's just that grainy smell. There's not a lot to it, a little bit of sweetness, but that's pretty much it. I wish I could elaborate more on these beers, but they're all so similar that it's really hard to. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Pretty light, not as light as I was expecting. It has a tiny little bit of body, unlike some of the other lighter beers. And then it comes up with that grainy taste. Not so much corn, because I'm pretty sure they use rice in these beers. They don't put anything about it, at least I don't think. I'm not going to bore you with looking at this can, but just some of that grainy taste, and it's just super light all the way through, very carbonated. Yeah, there's maybe just this kind of faint taste that you get, you know, sometimes with skunky beers, that's kind of underlying in the back. It's just in the very back, and it's not appealing, but it's not bad, I guess you would say. It's just kind of there, and it's just there. Yeah, it's a little bit sweet. It's, you know, it's decently drinkable, and, you know, really for me right now, it's tasting pretty good. So I'm gonna sip on this one for a while, and I'll come back with my final thoughts, my rating on Busch Light. Everyone, back here with my final thoughts, my rating on Busch Light, and this one for me is just going down really easy. Really light, easy to drink beer, very carbonated, you know, not a huge flavor, just goes down so smooth, and kind of gets to the point. Not much there, but it has this kind of little bit of sweetness and some graininess that is a little more than some of the other light beers, and I think maybe that's why it's a little cheaper, maybe. I don't know the reasoning. I really want to know why, you know, Bud Light is this much and Busch Light is this much. Who knows? It could be the same beer, different packaging, just priced higher. I don't know. Interested to see about that. But so this one, not a lot of taste, some sweetness, some of that grainy taste. You know, it just drinks just so much like the other light beers. It doesn't really do anything special or anything to separate it from those. So really just kind of your typical light beer. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. It's really not there. It's just it's light. It is what it is. It's not a lot of flavor. If I had to rate it on a macro scale, it'd probably be, you know, around a 5 or a 6. But on my overall beer scale, definitely a 2. Super drinkable beer. If you haven't had this one, you might as well pick it up. It's cheap. Go pick up one of these cans. If you might think, oh, this could be my new go-to beer, and it's maybe cheaper than what you're drinking. You know, if you're drinking Bud Light or Miller Lite or Coors Light or anything, this could be cheaper, a cheaper alternative. So maybe check this out and see what you think of it. Don't be afraid because it's cheaper. You know, give every beer a chance is kind of my motto. So subscribe for more reviews, and until next time, cheers.